Cancellation. Wait, can you hear me now? Oh, I think that's what it is. Did I fix it? I think I can. Happy Friday, Meg. Hey, Marissa. Happy Friday to both of you. I hope that you can hear me now. Yay, that's exciting. I hate when technical difficulties happen, but thank you for your grace. So, what I said at the beginning was welcome. Happy Friday, ladies. I'm so glad you're here. Um, I guess I accidentally muted myself when I was getting myself set up, and I had to get that all straightened out. But I'm glad we got it straightened out now. Welcome. This week's topic is talking about how to rest when things don't go as planned, because I feel like as ambitious women, as rulers, mavericks, um, alchemists, ideal women, women who have goals, women who have ambitions, the thing that tends to make us feel behind is when things don't go as planned. And then our way to fix that is to like really buckle down and try to get it done. And I think it's important to talk about like how to rest in the midst of feeling like, oh, things aren't going as planned. I need to make something happen. So that's what the topic is about today. So I hope that I hope that you guys are excited about it. But yes, that I wanted to get that back out there because since nobody could hear me when I did the intro before, that's good for the YouTube video. So, okay, good. I'm so happy you can hear me now. How was your week, ladies? I hope that you had a good week. I would love to hear, what are your wins? What are you celebrating? Um, because I love to start this off by celebrating. And it's just such a good practice. And I say this every single week. I'll continue to say it. When we pause and take time to celebrate our wins, we make space to honor that um we have done amazing things, that we deserve a pat on the back, that we have made progress, that momentum is happening. And it's so easy to forget that when we keep saying on to the next one, on to the next one. So I love to pause and celebrate. Um, I'm just checking to make sure my sound. Yeah, let's do that too. Put my sound on noise cancellation. And I also want to make sure, are you guys hearing my background music? Let me know if you're hearing that as well. I like to make sure that's not it. I like to make sure, okay, it's on voice installation, so we're good. Okay, just making sure. All right, so let me know what ones you're celebrating. Put those in the chat. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you some ones that I'm celebrating from this week. So this week is week number 2 of work, and one of the things that happened this week. So getting back into uh, a job, and this is for professional sales job. One of the things that you experience is corporate or you get to experience the relationships, the politics of being there. And um, I'm celebrating how this week I didn't have I had to I had to put some boundaries in, but it felt good. It felt good to not that I was boundaryless before, but I'm starting that way. I'm starting very clear, like, hey, I'm here to be uh important part to be a part of the team. And yet, um, that was not okay. And I think it's just I am it feels good to be able to say that. This is the first job I've taken on location, minus that 6 weeks at McDonald's. This is the first time I've taken a job on location and since gosh, y'all, 2018. Yeah, 2018 was the last time I like worked in an office. Um, so it feels different. And it's I keep saying an office, it's not an office. I'm working at a store, so that's different too. But it feels different. And yet it was really, really I'm enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it. So yeah, there's that one. Okay. Megan said, you look so warm and cozy. It's only 3 degrees in my part of Michigan right now, and we got a ton of snow over the last couple of days. You know what? It's supposed to be an ice storm in Atlanta over over the weekend, and Atlanta is all freaked out. Atlanta cannot handle the snow and ice. So I am pretty this is like my favorite sweater. I think I actually had this sweater on last week with a different, not with the dress. I had on jeans and a shirt last week, but I think I had the sweater on. Girl, this is my favorite comfy, warm sweater that's like a vest, so I still get like my arms out. So thank you for enjoying my sweater with me. I'm so sorry that it's only 3 degrees there. I don't even know how I would handle that right now. I guess I would probably still have a hat on. I don't even know how you do it, girl. Did you grow up in Detroit, Megan? I can't remember. Did you grow up there and move there, or did you move there later? Is what I'm asking. But yeah, no, I understand. We're supposed to get an ice storm starting tomorrow night. There's already inclement weather warnings. So there's a good chance that on Sunday I'll be working from home because of the weather, but we'll see. So yeah, I get it, Megan. I don't know how you do it. Marissa said, "Oh, Meg, that's so cold, cold. Um, do you have to go outside when it's cold like that? I hope you get to work from home and that everything just closes and you still get paid like an adult snow day, right?" I've been really lucky. So um it seems like we are going to get paid anyway. So but we're gonna be working from home. So we have to take our laptops in with us. and go from there. So it'll be my first time doing it since I've only been here a week. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah. Um Michelle said, "Hey everybody. I'm prepping for this winter storm too, Rashidat." Right, right. Because you are in Greenville. Yeah, so it's supposed to be like everywhere from Atlanta all the way. I was looking at the map, it's like through Asheville, through Greenville, all the way to Charlotte, like even further up. And the mountains always get hit harder than other places. So I'm glad that you're prepping. I have to be honest, I ain't prepped for nothing. If they weren't talking about it at work, I wouldn't even know. But I remember the last time it was like this. It was in like 2016, 2015. They called it the apocalypse here in Atlanta because people were stuck on the road in traffic like all night long, like this crazy, like craziness. Um, and I was working in Buckhead at that time, and I lived in Brookhaven. So I literally was like a half an hour walk from home, which is not bad. That meant it was only a 5 minutes in a car. So I just walked home and I didn't have anything to worry about. Well, I can't do that this time. I live an hour and 15 minutes from work driving. So there's no way I could just walk home. So what I expect to happen is that the ice is probably going to get but my friend that I work with, her fiance is a meteorologist. And based on what they're seeing on the weather pattern, because she's so into making sure we all know, which is very kind of her, is that it looks like tomorrow is going to be okay. And then Sunday is supposed to be really icy. But the thing too is that we start later on Sunday, so it might actually not be as bad by the time it's time to go to work. But I there's a good chance that Sunday I won't be going to the office. I'll just work from home. So we'll see what happens. We will see. Um, Megan said that sweater is cute. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy it too. I got it from Boutique Gallerica, which means I went to my best friend's closet and went shopping. So she's got good taste. Thank you so much. I will pass on the appreciation. Michelle said, Meg, OMG, 6 degrees, 3 degrees, not even 6 degrees, three. I can't even, right? Yes, Marissa said, hey, Michelle. Megan said, yeah, I was born in Detroit and I've lived here until I was about six, then moved around a lot, lived in North Carolina and Georgia. Okay, girl, why did you go back to New Wait, I think you said you went back because your sister was there, but girl, I don't know how you could go back to Detroit. Excuse me, I can't even handle it. I can't even handle it. I don't know how you do it. Michelle said I learned my lesson from Hurricane Helene. Never again. I know that's right. But if it wasn't as bad as there's but if it isn't as bad as they say, I'm taking all this stuff back to the you so silly. How much stuff did you buy? I'm terrible. I ain't bought nothing. I ain't bought not a thing. I was like, honestly, when I found out on Thursday when I went back to work, and my week is all kind of wonky right now because my off days are not on Saturday and Sunday, and so I've been forgetting what days it is. So when they told me on Thursday and they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be on Saturday," in my mind, I was like, "I still got a week until Saturday," but it was literally the day before yesterday. So I'm not I have not really wrapped my mind around what's going on. I'm behind. I'm all messed up. I'm trying to get it together though. I'm trying to get it together. That is so funny. I want to know what all did you buy? Okay, Megan said, "Nah, I don't get to work from home. Oh, I don't get to work from home. My job is still open. Fortunately, I'm off Fridays and Saturdays. Praise the Lord. So hopefully, yeah, so then that means you were off today and you didn't have to go out in the snow. And hopefully on Sunday, when you do go back, that it won't be as bad. That's what I'm sending prayers and vibes for you, Megan. Yes, 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 yes. I was supposed to have a date yesterday, tomorrow. So we had to cancel that because I was like, even if we still wanted to go out, we don't know if any place is gonna be open, and this is the first day, so I'm like, we ain't about to be out in the cold. That ain't we're not doing that." So, yeah, uh, oh well, oh well. Okay, so I told you the first thing I'm celebrating from this week. Second thing I'm celebrating from this week is, you know what else has been fun about work is I've been wearing all my clothes. Now, mind you, I've worn this sweater again. But yesterday I wore some army fatigue jeans with um, some high heel Timberland boots, a um, black tank, and then like a black blazer over it. I enjoyed the outfit. It was such a cute outfit. And I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that I had the clothes for this until I went to put it on. So it's kind of been fun, like just wearing my clothes. Because when you work from home, like you wear your clothes, but it's not the same as like, oh, I'm actually going to be seen by people. So it's kind of been nice to just get dressed in the morning and try different outfits. So I'm enjoying. That's something else I'm grateful for. Marissa said, Michelle, I hope you get to return it all, but I feel you. So wise to be prepared. I agree. I hope they don't give you no issues. Megan said, thank you, Marissa. I hope it warms up too. Warm would be at least 20 degrees. She's like, listen, I'm not even asking for 40 to 50 degrees. I'm just asking for 20 degrees, which blows my absolute mind, Megan. Like, yes, I'm hoping you get some 20 degrees. Oh my gosh. Yes, I agree. I hope, as Marissa said, I hope it warms up before you have to go back. Agree. Oh my gosh. 20 to say 20 degrees is warm is I can't even. OMG is right. It's absolutely right. Oh my gosh. Okay. What's my third win from the week? Let me see. What day was I off this week? I was off Tuesday and Wednesday. Um, what else do I want to celebrate from this week? My Tuesday and Thursday was good. Um, I'm just in this really, I'm in this, what up, what up? Mm, let me get my words together. I'm feeling really good about where I am today and the season that I'm walking into. And it feels nice to feel like now, don't get me wrong, I love being a business owner. I love it. I love my business. I love the support that I give. And yet there's something so nice about knowing that I'm about to have consistent paychecks, that I'm about to have um health insurance, that I can get back on a regular routine of some things. Because when I am still learning how to get the ebb and flow of my business. So I am really celebrating like the nervous system regulation that my body is starting to lean into. It's not completely there yet. Like some nights when I know I have to work the next day, I wake up before my alarm. Like too early. It'd be different if I was like waking up when it was time, but sometimes I wake up too early. So my body is still like acclimating to that. But I have so many other things feel so much more regulated and so much more grounded. Um, and that means that I have more space and openness to be able to work on my business because my nervous system is regulated. So in a different kind of way, a different level of stability. Y'all, I even started looking at tiny houses. There is this, oh, I should show you. I'm gonna show you. But yeah, I already started looking at this place that I don't know if I want to get a tiny house with them specifically, but if I did, it would be absolutely beautiful. So, yeah. Oh, I think that's another something else to celebrate that I found a really amazing community that's like 20 minutes, 25 minutes from work, which is really, really nice. Um, so that's another thing to celebrate too. So, so many things to celebrate. Tell me what you're celebrating in the chat so I can celebrate with you. You know, I love to celebrate your wins and you deserve to be celebrated. And I want this to be a pause of getting you to pause and celebrate, or I want you this to be a routine of us pausing and celebrating. So let me know in the chat. Let me see what y'all got going on here. Okay. Megan said, on the bright side, my win is I've been sticking to my meditating 70 days straight. Mind blown, girl. Your mind shouldn't even be blown. You've been getting it. You've been getting it. Yes. That's an amazing win. Absolutely amazing win, Megan. Yes. Hey, Tracy. So glad that you could join today. Always so good to see you. Why do I sound so sad? You know what? It's not that I'm sad, it's that I am in the co-working space, and I probably should take my earrings off because I don't want it hitting my earphones. I'm trying not to be loud because y'all know I got a loud voice and my voice carries. And I wanted to set up the microphone, but I forgot the doodad that I needed to set up the microphone. It's not in my bag. Um, so I wasn't able to set it up. So it's not like you could hear, maybe you can't hear the fullness of my voice, but I ain't sad, girl. I'm here. I'm feeling good. And I'll tell you, I had to get some caffeine this morning. Let me tell you, my periods and perimenopause, in the last 2, 3 months, have gotten so much worse. Now I'm a little spoiled. I'm a little spoiled. Most of my life, my periods have only been 3 days. Most of my life, I have not gotten cramps. And for a good period of time, while I had an IUD in, I didn't have periods at all. So I'm very spoiled. Okay. Lately, I've been getting cramps where I have to take pain reliever every 12 hours, like religiously. My body is like, wake up and take the medicine or else you're going to be in pain. And I was like, my periods have never been like this. And so today I got to work and I had to cave in and take some and get some caffeine because my energy level was just so low today. So I had to get some caffeine. So maybe that's the other part. I'm feeling good though. I don't know. But Tracy, I'm here. I promise. I'm here. Okay, let me see. Tracy said, "I might be wrong." Hey, it might be. I think I mean, I'm here. We'll see. Marissa said, "Hey, Tracy." Megan said, "Yay to consistent paychecks and medical insurance." Come on, boo. See, you know what I'm talking about. Listen, I said, I'm actually excited about a mammogram. I said, I'm excited for them to take blood. I'm excited for all of these things that usually we would hate to do. And it's not like I've been without benefits that long. It's been like a year and a half, but still. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Listen, Tracy said, holy Ishmeg, 3 degrees. Michigan will not, I repeat, will not ever being see me. I know that's right. What's that? Was a couple years ago, Megan. I went during the winter time, right after my birthday. And I was like, why did I think this was a good idea to come up here in the winter time? I went up there because I was going for a stepping event, but I'm gonna have to go like during the summer. I don't know, Megan. I just listen. I just pray that you get to end up in North Carolina or Georgia again, because so you don't have to deal with no 3 degrees. Because listen, if it was 3 degrees here, you wouldn't have to leave the house. Would nobody, no, all of Atlanta would be shut down. Okay. Marissa said, wow, 70 days straight. Right? Megan is doing the thing, Marissa. If it's okay to ask, how long do you meditate? I'm trying to develop a habit, and you are truly an inspiration. So is it a 5 minute, a 10 minute, a 15 minute, a 30 minute, an hour? How long are you meditating for? I do know, I remember that you said you use an app to help you meditate. So yes, maybe share that with Marissa as well. Uh, Marissa said, yes. Rashidat, love hearing how everything is falling into place comfortably for you. Thank you. I received that. And like, y'all remember we talked about how everybody was up in arms about Tabitha Brown saying that sometimes as an entrepreneur you have to go back to work, and that, all the different things that people were saying. And I'm like, listen, I'm not saying I'm giving up on my business. And I don't believe that having a stable income is a failure for my business or anything. Like, all of those things are fine. And it is nice to have this and to be able to to have that stability will make it even easier to build my business. Um, Especially because I started my business like 3 years after I left my job. So it wasn't like I didn't really leave my job to start a business, but there's been so many ups and downs. Like, it's nice. It's just nice. There's no other way to say it. It's nice. Um, Megan said, hey Tracy. Hey Tracy. LOL. I'm trying to get out of the mitten, girl. I can't take it no more. Yes. Yeah, you got to get out of Detroit, girl. Get out of there. Bring your cat too, okay? Tracy said, just put away my water. I need to go outside tomorrow. Oops, I lost it. Dang, was that far? I am far behind. Wait a minute. Or maybe it deleted it. No. Oh, got some canned goods. Okay, got some canned goods so that you got all your water and your food ready in case. Whenever people say that though, I'm like, most people have enough food in their freezer, not even the refrigerator, in their freezer to feed them for like a week. I'm just curious. Are you saying you don't have anything in your freezer? I'm just always curious about that. Because when people go and clean out the stores, I'm like, it's not like we're gonna be like this for the winter. Atlanta now. I don't know about Detroit and New York, but like it's not gonna be like that for that long. So I'm just curious. I want to understand. Okay. Tracy said, okay, once you're feeling good, lucky woman. Yes. Michelle said, LOL, I already had some things, but I needed propane. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Got it. Tracy said, that's weird. How long you had an IUD in? I had an IUD in for maybe 5 years, maybe 8 years, maybe 8 years. But I don't have it anymore. It's been out for a while now. But yeah, during that time, the IUD will mess with your cycle and the way your hormones and all of that goes. So yeah. Megan said, thank you, Marissa. A lot of guided meditations on Insight Timer. Okay, I knew it was an Insight Timer are shorter. Some are 5 to 10 minutes. I've done a few longer ones, but I think it does help with being consistent doing the shorter ones. And I also love that you like listen to your body and are like, today a longer one feels good. Today, a shorter one feels good. Today, a 10-minute one feels good. I think it's so important that we make space to like listen to our body rather than saying, oh, I have to do a certain amount every day. Like, I get it. And yet, there's something, as long as we're doing it every day, regardless of putting the time on it, I think it's helps with the consistency as well. Okay. Michelle said, needed propane. Oh, and tea light candles. Oh, that makes sense. Like if the power goes out. Okay, that makes sense to me. Oh, so maybe is that why you needed water? But the water is not, I guess if the water freezes, I could tell your girl likes to be a warm temperature, so I don't even get it when it comes to snow. I'm a hot mess. Michelle said, why next week? Sorry for all the messages. Um, Oh, I'll share the why next week. Sorry for all the messages. No worries. No worries. Okay. When I finished reading Get Rich Lucky Bitch this week. Ooh, okay. Now that you've officially finished it, how do you feel about it? Did you end up liking it? And then I would want to know, like, what was the biggest takeaway that you took away from the book? Would I just reread it again? Um, I love listening to it again because I wanted to listen to it this time specifically around positive anchors. Now, I've talked about positive anchors before, but I've been trying to create a positive anchor for something, and I've been having a hard time trying to figure out what it is because creating a positive anchor, it's really good to think like what is your mind negatively saying so that you can create a positive anchor around it? And my mind has kind of just been blank about this thing, but I wanted to like dig a little deeper. So I would love to hear like what you got out of it since you've gone through it. I love a good book. I also just finished Good the Great, which was really good. I finished that yesterday or this morning. Let me see. Tracy said, I have a feeling they are hyping up this weather thing like they did the last two times. I'm not OD shopping. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, I don't remember the weather being bad last year. Like, but I was in Charlotte, and sometimes Charlotte surprisingly misses stuff. So yeah, I don't even remember what the weather was like last year around this time, but yeah, I'm hoping it's just hype too. I really am. But there was snow apocalypse in 2016, so it could happen. It could happen. Okay. Meg, you have me laughing about your mittens. I know that's right. Marissa said, "Thank you, Meg. That is very helpful." Okay, good. I'm glad that was helpful about the meditating, Marissa. Tracy said, "Okay, Meg, meditating for 70 days straight. Now that is a habit, girl, right? Okay, Meg. Get it, boo." Okay, Megan say, "You're welcome, Marissa. It's a good app. There's a lot of different teachers and meditations. Really good to know." Tracy said, "Michelle, where do you live that you need propane?" Girl, canned goods for me is some sardines. Oh, she said, I wasn't talking about canned string beans. I was talking about sardines. I get it now. I got it. Michelle said, I live in South Carolina. They're talking ice and power outages. Now I got it because I don't even know what they're saying about it. So that makes sense to me. It's like, I want to make sure I got some kind of warmth in an ice storm. Yes, girl. I'm glad you got yourself some propane. But I'm hoping you don't need it and you get to take it all back. Yes. I went through this 1 year, but I was able to stay in a hotel. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Tracy said, I have a freezer stock. I cook, so I don't go crazy on the shopping. Yes. Okay. But also understanding that it's the power outages, like the candles and the propane, that makes more sense to me than going and clearing out all the food. Because like even the girl at work was like, oh, just in case you're going to I hope if you have to go to the grocery store that it's an easy an easy shopping. And I was thinking to myself, why would I go to the grocery store? And not only that, we work in a complex with a Trader Joe's. If I was gonna go to to a grocery store, I would have just went to Trader Joe's while I was there just to make it easy. So yeah, no, I understand. But propane and candles make a lot of sense to me. Um Megan said, "No, the mitten is Michigan because it's shaped like a mitten." That's what I thought you were saying, but I wasn't sure. Megan said, "To keep your pipes from freezing, you have to let the faucets drip. Plus, cover your outside faucets and spigots." Absolutely. Michelle said, "Yes, thank you. I grew up in the country, so my dad taught us that early." Okay, yes, for sure, to let your faucets drip. They told us too, like when we leave the store. I don't know if they did it tonight, but it's still pretty warm today. But tomorrow, when we leave the store, we need to make sure that all the faucets are dripping. so that we don't come into a water main break when we come back in on Monday or Tuesday, whenever the storm passes. So I actually got to make sure we remember that tomorrow when we leave. Luckily, there are some ladies that live like 3, 4 minutes from the store. I'm just not one of those ladies. So one of them would, but hope we should be leaving the water dripping regardless. So yes. Okay. Tracy said, my mother is like, if anything, come to New York. Listen, I don't know. I can't handle New York. I can't handle New York, especially because I can't handle New York. I have a cousin that lives in Rochester. I don't know how they do it. And she moved up there, like from Baltimore. I mean, it is a different vibe from Baltimore, but still. I can't. Michelle said, get rich. Okay, tracking my money has been attracting more money. That principle has been a game changer. That is one of my favorite as well. I think my favorite principles that I got from Get Rich Lucky Bitch is track your money every single day, write your goals down every single day. And then I love the 5 steps to manifesting. um, so step number 1 is decluttering. Step number 2 is getting clear on what you want. Step number 3 is creating a positive anchor. And then I always forget step 4 and 5, but those are my favorite steps. So I'm glad you got something out of it. I'm really glad to hear that. Tracy said the last big storm that I remember was in the late 2000s where New York got shut down, girl. Yeah. Because like the storm that shut down late 2000s. So you mean like '09? The last storm I remember was 2016. It was like 2016 or 2015. But again, I was in Atlanta, so it's a different vibe. Maybe that storm might not have been nothing for y'all up in New York. You know how it's a different vibe for different places. Marissa said, "Yay, you finished the book." Yes, you finished. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay, so ladies, if you have any other wins, so put them in the chat. I would love to celebrate you. Also, while you're adding things in the chat, if you are claiming a sticker from today, go ahead and put hashtag stick it in the chat. If you're new here, if you're listening on the replay, the way that you claim a sticker is so, so simple. I just want you to take a second and think, did I prioritize rest and fun for myself this week? If you can say yes to that question, then you claim a sticker for this week. And I want you to think about it like when you were in elementary school and your teacher gave you a sticker and you were like, oh, let me stick out my chest because I got a sticker today. Like, yes, that's how like excited I want you to feel about the fact that you prioritize rest and fun for you. Because we always want to take care, nurturers, connectors, always want to take care of everybody else. But this is about that you prioritize something for you. It's like, yeah, stick your chest out for doing that. It's something to be proud of. And so if you are claiming a sticker, again, so simple, hashtag STICKA in the chat. Let me go ahead and put that on the screen. And it takes just a second. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open our spreadsheet and I will add you to our spreadsheet if you're not on our spreadsheet. And if you are, then like I'm actually gonna give you a sticker. Like I want you to see it and be like, oh, that's my name. And I got a sticker. And then I want you to come back next week and get another sticker. And then you're like, oh, I got multiple stickers. Like I wanted to, and no, that's the rest and priority that the intention that you've been putting towards yourself. That's worth it. That is worth celebrating. Okay. So let me see. Let me go back to the chat here. Okay. Yes, we got some stickers coming up here. Let me see. Tracy said, I've been trying my money trying my money every week and seeing where my problem areas are. But last week was damage week. But I agree, tracking is important. Yes. And here's the thing. Tracking is about awareness. Awareness, because it's so easy to try to manage all of that in our mind, but it's easy to try it. It's easy also to fail when you're trying to track it all in your mind. You don't, it's not the best way to do it. Just write it down. It's so much simpler. And as Michelle said, and as Denise talks about in her book, like it really does help you manifest and see more money come in because the universe is like, oh, if you can write this down, if you can have the discipline to write this down, you're growing in discipline to make better decisions about your money. And when you can make better decisions about your money, then I can give you more money without worrying about you like making a mess of it. So it's like, oh, the universe decides it wants to give you even more. So, yes, track your money, track your money. I love that that was one of your big takeaways, Michelle. One of mine too. You should see, like, mine is I've already been Dave Ramsey had me on the tracking, but I never tracked it the way that she said. I really like the way because hers is less about budgeting, hers is about money tracking. And she does say you should budget, but it's hers is more about money tracking, which I think is so beautiful with manifesting as well. So I love it. You see, I could get on a rant about it. Okay. Michelle said step four was, oh, yes, take inspire action, which is, it's funny. I think that's why I forget about that one because I love taking inspire action. And yet, the positive anchor like really helps with my inspire action to keep me on track because me as the maverick, remember the money archetypes, you guys, are when the different sabotages for money, and it's also like the way you react to different situations. I'm not averse to risk. As a maverick, I'm a risk taker. And so the positive anchor helps with, keeping me on track to what we're working towards in that moment. So I love that. And then be okay with actually receiving money. Yes, that's like, oh, I need to remember four and five. Four and five are good. So one is emotional declutter. Two is get clear on what you want. Three is have a positive anchor. Four is to take inspire action. And five is to actually be okay with receiving money. Oh, so good. So, so good. Okay. Marissa, oh, and then Michelle claimed the sticker. Come on, Michelle. That's good. Let me go ahead and get my screen up so I can start adding the stickers in the spreadsheet here. Okay. Michelle, where are you? Let me get this. Let's do this. So I'm face forward. Okay. And then here, Michelle. This thing is like right in the middle of my screen. Oh, we're gonna need some more stickers. Some more stickers soon. Yes. And then where are you? Michelle is right here. Got listen. Michelle is up to 3 weeks in a row. Come on, boo. Yes. I love it. Look at all them stickers up there. Okay. Okay, where was I? Okay, Marissa said, I had a lot of anxiety about my choices on others. I had a lot of anxiety about, oh, pushing my choices on others. So it felt good that it went well for everyone. Girl, I'm so glad that too. Like, yes, no pushing. Wait, and did I miss something? Okay, yes, I did. Okay, so I was right here with Michelle with Stika. Then Marissa said, my win. We had family over and everyone ate sugar-free with me and loved it. Oh, I see now with oh, that's so sweet of them. Because sometimes family is hard to get them to do that, but they loved it. That's amazing. The kids asked for seconds and of salad and ate fruit for dessert. That was like, ooh, this fruit and vegetables is actually kind of tasty. Yes, it is. That's so amazing. I love that, Marissa. Tracy said, a win. Celebrated 6 years with the hubby. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. Ella's talking more with his cute little self. My mom came over and spent some days and nights and really helped me out this week. Oh, there's so many amazing ones. Come on. I love that, Tracy. Yes. Yes, agreed, Michelle. Come on, Marissa. That is such a good thing. Okay, Tracy claimed to stick it too. Let me add that in the spreadsheet. Where we at, Trace? Tracy. There we go. Okay. My work computer is a PC and my personal computer is a Mac. And getting used to PC hotkeys again is like learning a new language, y'all. It's like, oh, I've been having a hard time. Okay. That is so exciting. Okay. So I had a lot of anxiety about pushing my choices on others. So it felt good that it went so well. Girl, I think that most of us wouldn't be upset with letting go of sugar if we had someone to help us make the transition. Like when I let go of dairy and I started taking home the different things that I was eating instead, and I let my family taste, they were like, "This is bad. This ice cream is better than my ice cream. Can I have yours?" And I was like, "I got my little pint of ice cream. Can you go get your own ice cream?" But of course I shared, but I was like, "Oh," and so I feel like they're like the options, they don't mind trying the options. It's just figuring out what to do can be the overwhelming part. So, like trying to become sugar free and figuring out what you can and can't have, you put a lot of work and discipline into it that you probably don't even realize how much. So your family got the benefit of it without, having to figure all of that out. And sometimes that's just enough to get them over the hump. So I say that to say you are leading them through such a beautiful transformation that I'm sure they're grateful for and their bodies are grateful for the fiber, the good juju that's all in it. Like you're doing something amazing by allowing them to be a part of it. Because the other thing you coulda did was made, stuff for them and then made your own and not even invited them into it, and you did. So I think all of that is amazing. Okay, I was rambling. I'll get off of that. Not rambling, but you know what I meant. Okay. Did I get Tracy sick? I did. Okay. Yes, Marissa said, "Sticker, please. Let me add your sticker in, girl." I got you, boo. I got you. Okay. I got it. Tracking. Yes, I got it, Tracy. Congratulations, Tracy, on your 6 years of marriage. Yes, so glad that your mom came to support. That's beautiful, right? I hope that you got some when she came to support, y'all got some time to go do some grown-up stuff for yourself because I know you love L. And yet there's also so nice to have time for you and him alone to go do what you do. So yes. Oh, wait, where'd it go? It just jumped. Yes, Megan said, "Awesome wins." Agreed. Awesome wins, ladies. Marissa, I'm impressed that you're still on your no sugar journey. Come on, right? And that you're inspiring your family to be sugar free as well. I'm not there yet, but hopefully one day soon, right? Like that's the other reason why I think it's beautiful to do things like this because it's like, oh, somebody else is passionate about it. So they will set up a group, and all I have to do is show up. And their habit, their good habits, or something that I agree with, is rubbing off on me for being in proximity. That's why I do this, like celebrating yourself, letting it rub off in proximity, resting because you started to grow this habit in proximity. And I'm like, girl, if you were in Atlanta, I'm like, can I come do the sugar free thing with you so that you could rub off on me in proximity? Like, it's such a beautiful thing. I want you to just hear so much appreciation for what you're doing. And while you were nervous that nobody else around you would receive it, you are already making waves in your family and through our community. So it's such a beautiful and you. And it all started with you just wanting to take better care of you. And this is what I love. When Black women realize that we don't have to try to be Black excellence, that we don't have to perform, that we don't have to do anything other than be ourselves. When we just do that, everybody else around us is transformed by us just simply showing up, which is absolutely freaking beautiful. So amazing. So, yes, I'm just on a roll. I'm on a roll with it. Okay. Tracy said, Michelle, seems as though you really walked away from some good takeaways. Right. I agree. It was some really good takeaways. Look, she already knew the 5 steps off the bat. She's like, I know what's happening. I know that's right. Marissa said, I have to work on being okay with receiving SMH. That may be why she triggered me now that I think of it. Ooh. That's a really good realization. That's a really good realization, and she does have a whole chapter on practicing that, because it can be really hard, really, really hard to receive, and it's crazy because we'll tell the universe that we wanna manifest it, but then we'll be scared to receive it, and she's like, "Hey, like, if you're gonna ask the universe, like, actually allow yourself to receive that thing." Ooh, that's a really good realization, Marissa. Megan said, "Congrats on 6 years, Tracy, and yay to the baby boy talking more and having such a strong support system." That's amazing. It really is. Like, I don't know how single moms or single dads, single parents, and to be doing it by yourself, like, man, man. Oh, I'm even families. I'm like, once the kids start outnumbering the adults, I don't know how to handle it. Like, we need more adults over here. Okay. Marissa said, thanks for taking the time to recap the book ladies. Yes. Such a good book. Such a good book. Michelle said, "Yes, I took notes, so I need another sticker for that." Kidding, girl. I ain't mad at that. Here, where's I need my own sticker pad to give you because yes, you do deserve another sticker. Tracy said, "Marissa, look at you encouraging others to make healthy choices." Right? That's what I'm saying too. I think it's so powerful. Tracy said, "Thank you, Meg." Okay, Michelle said, "Ah." Uh, you have our pictures up there. Hey, I do. I do have your pictures up there. I love the pictures and I try to make sure I keep them up to date, but that's not always like that, but I try. That's why, yep, because I don't have your new picture and your cute little hat in blue, but I have your other one up there. Uh, yes. Okay. Megan said, "You're welcome, Tracy." Congrats, Tracy. Tracy said, "Michelle, that's a good one about wanting another sticker for finishing the book." We'll have to create a whole separate group that's like the book club, and when you finish the book, you get a sticker. I'm into that too, because I love a good book. But y'all also know I've been listening to books, so especially now that my commute is an hour and 15 minutes each way, I'm gonna be going through books. I just started a fiction book and I love it because the author must be from London. So the two people who are reading it have an amazing London English accent, which is kind of cool. I'm on chapter one, but it's a cute little love story. So I don't even know what's happening yet. The first part that I was listening to on the way here was that this this boy, they sound like teenagers based on the book, just broke up with his girlfriend because she slept with his best friend. So he broke up with his best friend too. That's as far as I got. And now he needs to go to a ball and he doesn't have a date. And he lives in a small town, so everybody knows that they broke up. And it feels like, that small town drama. So that's the book that I'm listening. I think it's called Once Upon the Holidays, something like that, by Abiola Palo. I think it's that. But yeah, so I'm excited. It's gonna be a good book. So yeah, but I'm saying that to say we should all get stickers for finishing the books. I'm always about a new book. I get off on y'all. Y'all see the rabbit hole. I'll be way down the rabbit hole like Alice in Wonderland. Tracy said, "Thank you, Michelle." Marissa said, "Thanks, Tracy." Tracy said, "Girl, no, he had to work." Oh, he had to work on when your mom came to visit. Well, maybe next time. Marissa said, "Thanks, Meg." Marissa says, "Such a good point. You are all rubbing off on me in great ways. Yay. And you're rubbing off on us in great ways too." It's just it's a beautiful thing about being in community. It's so, so important. Okay. Oh, and then Meg said she's claiming a sticker too. Okay, good. Oops. Man, there we go. These hotkeys are gonna be the death of me. It's um it's all right though. Okay. So I got everybody's sticker. Let me go ahead and turn that off. So yes, thank you all for sharing your wins. I love hearing your wins. And thank you for sharing the books and the different things that you're reading. As I just said, this it rubs off like being in a community that believes in rest, that believes in prioritizing you, that believes in making sure that you have a safe space. Rather than being the strong one. You don't have to be the strong one here. You don't have to be on here. You don't have to be a perfectionist here. You don't have to pretend that you're fine. None of those things. Like this is the space for you to show up as you are, and it is what it is, which is the other reason why I wanted to talk about today's topic because I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the host was talking about how during the pandemic, she spent a lot of the time feeling like she had to be a positive anchor to everybody else, that she had to be the one always saying like, "It's gonna be fine, we're gonna get through it." And she ended up realizing that she didn't really make space to talk about when things were hard. Instead, she just I don't know, and I think sometimes we don't even intend to do it, but sometimes we really do pretend that we're fine. Like even though we have our own feelings, even though we have our own bit of anxiety, our own questions about things, because everybody else around us seems to be like falling apart, we feel like, oh well, I can't fall apart too. Like we can't all fall apart. And yet, then we end up never with a space or never feeling safe to be able to say, I'm not okay today. And I don't I don't want us to ever feel like that here. Like I even if everybody else is like up, if you're not up, like I want you to have the space to say, I'm not feeling okay today. And I think that's important because then you allow other people to come around you and be the strong one for you. Um and you deserve to be served and held and cared for that way. So I really wanted to kind of start off by saying that because again, being in this community, I know that I speak to women who are used to being that rock for everybody else. And while that's beautiful, I just want you to know that you don't have to be that here. Like we can we can make space for you however you need to be so that you can get the rejuvenation you need to be able to keep moving forward. So that was part one of that. The other part of this is like, okay, how do you the the other part is like when things don't go as planned or when you're down and that snowballs into I didn't get this done, I didn't get that done. I have found I'm getting so much better at this, so much better at this. But in the past, what I would do is when I felt behind or when I didn't get something done, um, I would just try to roll it into the next day, even though the next day was already packed with different things that I had scheduled for myself to do. And then I would get into that day and I would not be able to finish all the things on that to-do list because I had already I already had a packed to-do list plus everything that I didn't finish the day before. And the 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 list of things that I needed to do would just snowball in a negative way. Instead of snowballing in the progress, it would snowball into this effect that made me feel behind. And that was the other thing that made it so really hard to rest because I had this growing snowball of what felt like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind. And that was the part of me that always felt like, oh, if I could just get ahead, if I could just like get to this point where I'm even breaking even. And I had to recognize that it was it was my fault, but not in the way of but not because I didn't get things done, but because a lot of times I overestimated how much I thought that I could do. There's a really great saying that says, you overestimate how much you can accomplish in a day, but you underestimate how much you can accomplish in a year. And it was a really good reminder for me because it made me that was when I actually started using a time and energy budget. That was back in 2019. Yes, I think that was in 2019. That was when I really really got into now I had it before, but it went to a new level when I started um when I started recognizing that the reason I felt behind was because of me. And it is so hard to take that responsibility. It's so hard to be like, I have dug my own self in a hole. I can't blame anybody else for this. Yes, it feels like there's pressure at work. Yes, it feels like there's pressure in my business. But I have to recognize that the pressure is me. And a lot of times it's me being unrealistic about how much I can actually do. And if I that and while it was hard to like stomach that, it also was like, oh, but if it's me, then I'm the only thing in my way and I can change me. Nobody else can change me, but I can change me when I finally take responsibility that I'm in my way. Now, if it's everybody else's fault, we can't change everybody else. I can't change my job. I can't change um the economy. I can't change our stupid ass president. I can't change those things, but I can change the way those things affect me. And the way I was letting those things affect me before was that I was making myself feel like I had to do more, that I had to get ahead. And then what I would do is to try to stack it in my to-do list, 20 million things. I would underestimate. Now here's and I'm being so serious with this because this is I want you to understand how this went. I would block off a time to do XYZ thing and I would block them off for the whole day, and then I would try to do them all. And then at the end of the day, I would realize that the first thing on my list, I have now underestimated how long that thing took. So then that took twice as long. And then I underestimated how long the second thing took. So that took twice as long. And before you know it, I've already needed double the time that I needed to accomplish anything, which makes me even more behind. I'm twice as behind because I have not accomplished those things. And I had to be like, if I want to change this, I have to change how I manage my time, which is where the time and energy budget came in. If you missed that from when I had the anti-superhero toolkit out, don't worry. I kept that resource. It's such an important part to the Restaurant's Blueprint, which is what I teach inside of Jaiyé with Rashidat. So all of that to say, like, if you are like, oh my God, she's speaking my language. This is something I definitely do. Don't worry. It's in Jaiyé with Rashidat.
But yeah, so as I started like being better about how I managed my time, and I really had to get to the point where everything I put on my to-do list, if I scheduled myself for it, if I thought it was going to take me an hour, I had to schedule it for 2 hours. And that helped me get back out of the habit of underestimating how long it was going to take me to do something. And all of these things, these little changes that I started making started snowballing into the place where I didn't feel behind. So that was like the second part. The first part was like, you know, um, crap, I just brain farted on what I said was the first part was. So that was that we had the first part, but then the second part is like, stop overestimating, even for myself, stop overestimating or overestimating how much you could do in a day. Um, and like really start to be realistic with yourself and how you plan your time. And the time and energy budget is so good at doing that because you literally have to block it down and hold yourself accountable to it. And if you really use the resource, get it out of your head and put it on paper, you get to see really quickly where you are spending your time. And sometimes it's the first time you realize just how much time you're putting towards something that you don't even care about, or that it's something that's not even important to you. Or you realize that the things that you're prioritizing are not your values. You're prioritizing the little minute things that are really not that important. I was prioritizing like the busy work. And I had to learn how to stop prioritizing the busy work and just do the things that were really important to me. So that was the second part. Let me see. Marissa said, oh no, Michelle said, such a good topic. I definitely feel that was a single woman with an autoimmune disease who does everything for herself. I give myself grace to be vulnerable. Yes, that's what the first one was, to be vulnerable with my friends and family. And I know that's hard because it's like, I want to be my own superhero. And yet, we also wanna be held. We want to be soft. Like, I don't think anybody here is like, "I want the hard life. I want to be alone. I want to have to do it all." None of us really want that. We want to be held. And yet, the same thing with what Denise just said, we can't be held by someone else if we don't allow them to, if we don't give them space to. Um, if if someone is like, "Hey, I would love to do this for you," and you say no, they're not gonna beat you up to do something nice for you, right? So it's another part of learning to receive, learning to receive money, but also learning to receive rest, learning to receive softness, learning to receive being held, learning to receive to be cared for. Um, and in all the different ways by our parents, by our family, by our coworkers, by our boss, by our partners, by our friends. All of these people want to care for us. Like, and if they don't want to care for you, they shouldn't be in your life. That's a whole nother topic. But allow yourself to receive those things. So allow yourself to receive, um, and then also being holding yourself accountable to how you spend your time. Don't overestimate what you could do. And then once I really got the handle on those two things, then I started being able to use my time and energy budget to put rest into my calendar. And I had to really evolve it to this place where rest becomes my pregame, not something that I do after the to-do list is done. I've been talking with my chat GPT because it helps me like think and process things. And it always tries to like um summarize, summarize when I'm talking about things. And it says like when I'm creating content, it says, oh, you don't have to earn rest. And that's like the high level way of saying it. But I really wanted to talk about what are the specific behaviors of what it looks like to earn rest. Like, what are you doing day by day? What was I doing day by day when I was trying to earn rest? Because if you don't bring it out of the concept and down to what does that look like to do that every day, you don't actually start turning that part off. Like, you don't, it's hard to do inspired action to switch that around when you don't realize what's the action that you need to change, you know? So, okay, let me pause for a second. Um, Michelle said, I think a good model for this is Genesis. Come on, girl. God only did a few things each day. God could have created everything in one day, but he didn't. He didn't do that. That model helps me because I definitely try to cram too much in a day. Come on, Michelle. That's such a great way to say it. Like God was like, no, today is the animals and I'm done. He said, one and done, boo. And then he said, today is the humans. I'm done. Today is this. Today is the water. I'm done. Today is the earth, the land. I'm done. Like you're so right. He didn't try to do it all in one day. Um, oh, I love that. I love that. So that's I love that model that the way that you brought that. I love that, Michelle. And it's such a good practice because a lot of us, that's not how we operate. Not only when we create our to-do list, we don't even simplify it to have one thing per part of life. We have 3 to 10 things for every part of life. So that means we got 3 to 10 things for work. We got 3 to 10 things for personal, 3 to 10 things for the kids, 3 to 10 things for the husband, 3 to 10 things for the mom, 3 to 10 things for the dog, for the cats. Like we make our list so long and so intensive. And I don't know about I won't say it for you, but I know a part of that for me too has also been learning to stop being over responsible. I've been taught since I was a small child, 4 years old, 4 years old, to be uber responsible. Like I started reading and writing at 4. I was already using an iron for myself to iron my clothes at 6 years old. I was taking the bus by myself at 6 years old. Now, granted, it was a different time. The 80s were a little different. You know, kids don't do things like that these days. But it just, I mean, I was cooking, frying chicken and french fries and cleaning chicken and all of that, 8 years old. Staying home by myself at 7, 8 years old. Had my own key at that point. Like we've just been taught, especially our generation, just been taught to be so over responsible. And that's the other thing that counteracts us being held. But then these are all of the things that snowball into making us feel behind. And the way that we have to start like clearing that is seeing the mindset that we've had for so long, like the over responsibility mindset or overestimating how much work that we could do in a day or not making space for us to receive. All of these are the things that make us feel behind, which make us feel like we have to do more, which justify us going to work more, which then all of these snowball into burnout, right? And I don't want that. I didn't want that for myself. So all of these things were steps that I started taking for myself to release that. And then when I got to the part where I was like, okay, I'm not over committing myself anymore. I'm not overextending myself anymore. Now I really want to take this to the place where rest becomes my pregame. And so the way that I had to do that was I had to be super, super intentional about rest. Like in the way that I would schedule time for the things that I needed to do on my calendar, I had to start scheduling time for rest in my calendar as well. And not just scheduling it, but honoring it the same way that I would honor a meeting or a task that I needed to accomplish. Like, don't skip it because it's rest. Don't skip it. Like, do not skip it. Like I had to be so ruthless about making sure that I made time and really making sure that I honored it, you know? Um, and I think that's really important when you feel behind, because the other thing about when you feel behind, you're so busy in go mode that your brain just fills and fills and fills and you never declutter it. Do you see how the steps to like Denise's money manifesting is also so important to all the different aspects of life? We need that spaciousness in our mind to be able to, what I'm gonna say, catch up. It's not even being caught up, but it's getting out of rest at. In order for us to get out of rest at, you need spaciousness of mind. You need space, time, and space to think about nothing, to be in your nothing box, to not have to worry about anything, think about the next thing, or try to like bully yourself to do anything. Like you need space for that. And it breeds so much creativity. And so I started with just scheduling time on my calendar to do nothing. At that point, I didn't know about the 7 different types of rest and all of those things. So, I used a lot of hammock time. I used a lot of time where I just laid on the floor and daydreamed. I made mornings. Mornings were my favorite daydreaming time, and I would say that's when I learned how to meditate. And I don't even know, I think it's technically meditating, but the way I would do it is I would look out of a window. And I would have thoughts come into my mind, but I started to imagine a river and that I would let those thoughts, instead of stopping to look at every thought that was floating past me on the river, instead, what I would do was I would imagine that it just continued to pass me, but I was still taking in the beauty of nature and things around me, and it allowed those thoughts to, like, flow out of me and create space without me stopping to look at every one of them, and it created so much just beauty of daydreaming, that created so much mental space to be able to put what I actually needed in my head, not everything in my head, so, um when I say, like, how to rest when you feel behind, it really starts with all 3 of these steps. It's not one or the other, and I think that's the other thing that I need to start conveying a little bit more in my content. Like, this is not an overnight process. If you're looking for a magic button on how to get more softness in your life, how to stop being on, how to get to this point of fully enjoying life, it's not a magic pill. If you're doing that, that's creating an event of rest rather than a lifestyle of rest. And I want you to have a lifestyle of rest, a lifestyle where you're fully enjoying your life. And yet that evolution can come and bloom like a beautiful plant that was a seed was planted and then grown and just continues to flourish. So yeah, Michelle says, stop being over responsible. Ouch. That's a good one. That's good. It is. Listen, it's a lesson that I had to learn too. Can you see? I feel like there's still a knot on the head because somebody might have to knock me on the head to revive me. But yes, it's a thing. It's totally a thing, especially for us. Like I said, especially for us as Black women, and so many of us, we add in that ambition, our passion, our want for impact, but so much under that is also over responsibility. And it's not that I don't want us to have all of those beautiful things like impact and passion and all of those things. But if we're doing it out of over responsibility, we are literally enabling the rest of the world to not show up. And we obviously are clearly tired of that. So let's show up in our way, but not be over responsible for anything. Um, and that's what's going to help. build and continue to evolve our own freedom. Okay. Marissa said I had to step away, but I rushed on double speed to catch back up. Come on now. I'm always into a double speed. I love it. Marissa said, this is a great combo. I love the example you gave, Michelle, of God only did a couple good things a day. Right. Only a couple good things. And like, can we not set that? Remember when we talked about writing out your goals every day? That's how I've been doing my goals. Like, there's a couple things on the list. It's not just one, but I try to put like four, four things on the list tops. It's better when I have like three. Okay. But sometimes they're like just reminders for the month. They're not like the goal of the day. But yeah, like simplify it. And remember also too, I said this year, simplicity is momentum. That's my positive anchor for this year. So whatever you're leaning into, but allowing yourself to be okay with, just like we need to be okay with receiving, also be okay with not feeling like you have to accomplish 20, like finish 20 things a day to feel accomplished. Because otherwise you're telling your nervous system, if I don't do, if I don't accomplish 30 things, then we're not safe. Like you have to recognize, how is your body receiving that? Different parts of our body are receiving it in different ways. Our mind might understand, but our body might feel like the stress that we're in is just perpetual because we're not giving it any space to recognize that we're supposed to be resting, that we're supposed to be receiving. So, yeah, when I think about how to rest when I'm feeling behind, I have to recognize one, that part of the reason I'm behind is me, which is a hard thing to acknowledge. And yet it's the best thing to hear because that means I am the answer to getting out of my cycle, that it's beautiful to rest. I mean, it's beautiful to receive. And while it's vulnerable, softness can be like that. It's soft things are vulnerable. And yet that's partly what makes them so absolutely beautiful, right? Um, but vulnerable doesn't always, it doesn't mean that you lose stability or that you lose care either. And I think there's something to regulate in ourself and our understanding around that. And then um and then just allowing ourselves to receive as we go through this. So yeah, I hope that I hope that those three things help in making rest a priority, even when things aren't going as planned, even when um we're feeling behind. And there's one more point that I want to bring to that. So I've was reading a couple books, but the last book, this came up in multiple books, but the last book that I was reading is called Good to Great. And they talk about in Viktor Frankl's book, how he said that the people who died, the people who didn't make it, who didn't survive being captured in war, were the optimists, which is very interesting to say, because you would say, well, why is it that the optimists die? They had a positive attitude. Isn't positivity supposed to win through all? Well, the caveat is their positivity was time bound, which meant that they would say, oh, we're surely not going to be in this situation longer than a couple months. Surely we'll be out of this situation by Christmas. Surely we will be out of this situation by Easter. Surely we'll be out of this by 4th of July or whatever. And every time that it didn't happen by the time that they said, they lost hope. And hope is so precious. Hope is such a motivator to hold on. So the main thing that it says is like, you have to learn the tension, the companies that were great, that went from good to great, not just great, but went from good to great. They were having either mediocre results or bad results, but then turned out to be great companies. And it's so important for us. Yes, I'm talking about it as a company, but it also very much applies to us as people as well. Um, if you're like, life is not where I want it to be right now, but you're saying, oh, it surely can't last this that much longer. It's only going to be for the next 2 months, or it's only going to be until Christmas, or it's only going to be until Thanksgiving, or it's only going to be until 4th of July. And then it gets to that time and life hasn't let up the way that you thought it would. And that part starts to make you feel behind. If you keep seeing that while you're trying to be positive, it's actually producing the reverse effect. Every time you do that to yourself, you're losing hope. So then what the hell do you do instead? Because it's like, well, am I not supposed to be positive? Yes, you still want to be positive, but take your time expectation off of it and say that no matter what, I am going to survive. No matter what, I am going to get to this next level. No matter what, I am going to make time for rest. No matter what, I am going to make it to this next money level. No matter what, I am going to get to wherever I want my life to be. And so, if I'm going to get there, time is this beautiful thing is well, then if I know that by hell or high water, I am absolutely going to get there, why not be present in the rest, in the joy, in everything that is happening right now, rather than giving it up in hopes that you'll get more of it in the future. There's no need to. You don't know when that future is coming. Enjoy, make space to be present and rested in all of these things now so that you can make it all the way through to whenever that time is, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's 10 years from now. Um, and that's what the part that's made me persevere or helped me persevere through. Like last year, don't get me wrong, I had some great things, but last year also was hard. Um, it's the thing that has kept me going in my business because if I'm being honest, I thought it would have been, I've said this before, I thought it would have been in a different place now. But then as I read these books and I understood that this was a really amazing quote that I heard. It said that I want to try and get it right. It said that the biggest enemy to the entrepreneur is not creating a goal, but that it's putting a deadline on the goal. And I was like, oh, it was so good. Listen, I feel like I feel like that has been just a theme that I've been getting so much. So whatever it is that you're like, okay, I'm feeling behind on this thing. The only reason you feel behind is because you put a deadline on it that 9 times out of 10 you can't control. Whether it's a person being a person captured in war or um being an entrepreneur and building a business. We don't get to decide the timeline. But the other thing that was so beautiful about these books, like Viktor Frankl, the perseverance was that he did make it home. He did have his family again. And it wasn't that he put what got him through wasn't saying, "Oh, I just have to make it to XYZ date." What got him through was that no matter what, I'm going to make it home. And that sheer determination in that. So I hope that part made sense. I found it very grounding. And I hope that whatever it is that you are like, I want this should have happened already. Switch your mindset around it to say, no matter what, it's going to happen. I don't know when, but I'm gonna rest and enjoy life as I continue building it to happen, but it's gonna happen. And because I know it's gonna happen, not about the timing of when I want it to happen, but the fact that I know it's gonna happen, I'm not behind. I'm exactly where I need to be right now. And so to stay in order to stay the course, in order to hold the passion, in order to stay liberated and rejuvenated, to keep going all the way to that point, I'm gonna stay grounded in it's gonna happen. I'm not behind. I'm exactly where I need to be right now. So yeah, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. So yeah, I hope that that was helpful. It's been one of my favorite themes that the Lord has been sharing with me lately and bringing up. And uh It's also really cool too, because when he finally does bring it back around and he's like, "Okay, it's time." You're like, "Wait, it's really time?" And he's like, "Yes, it's time." And you're like, "No." And he's like, "Yeah, it is." And it is I've had this experience with him so many times, and it just brings so much joy of being like, "Oh crap, it's actually time." Um this beautiful excitement and being able to experience it in that moment. So, yeah, um, know that that is coming as well. Know that that's coming, the relief that it's happening, you know? Okay, well, if you have any other thoughts about that, please drop them in the chat. I tried to make sure I stayed up with the chat as I was going through that. Um, and I hope that that was a good conversation, a good some good thought-provoking, um, statements in there. And if you're watching on the replay and you have thoughts, please leave comments in the chat, or you're welcome to DM me on Instagram if you wanted to chat. My DM link is in the description. So I always love a good conversation about this stuff. Um, so yeah. Okay. That being said, now let's start winding down for the weekend. It's so funny. I've been creating promos for Freedom Fridays over this week. And I've been really trying to like narrow down and be like really tangible and clear. Oh, which reminds me, I forgot to say, um, I wanted to be very tangible about what does it look like when it says you have to earn rest. To earn rest is some of the behaviors of what it looks like to earn rest. To earn rest is to say, I have to finish everything on my to-do list before I do something for me, or before I do something fun, or before I go hang out with a friend, or before I put money aside to do something for me, or like it's to earn rest is to put everything else above you. Any behavior that does that, that's earning rest. So those are some of the things that we want to stop doing. Okay. All right. Um, so yes, I've been trying to like bring all of that into this promo, and I'm excited to launch it um the last day of January because I'm be promoting Jaiyé until the end of this week. So we're having our first group call this coming Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. So if you're joining the group, you want to get in time to get to join that call live. It's gonna be so good. Um, so yeah, we'll be talking about Jaya. I'll be talking about Jaya on my socials for until the end of next week, and then I'll start talking about Freedom Fridays. And I finally have the sign up ready so that you can get the weekly reminders just for Freedom Fridays. So if you just want the reminders, you don't get any other emails, just the reminders every Friday. at noon, you'll get an email that will tell you the topic of Freedom Fridays, along with the link to join us live on the YouTube. And then what I'll probably do is I'm going to start posting uh, the podcast to the other platforms. I'll have the backlinks if you want to listen to the audio that way, just in case you want that as an option. So that link is I am Rashidat.o.com slash I lied. I'm sorry. That link is blog.imrashidat.o.com. All the other ones are slash, but this one is blog.imrashidat.o.com. Um, and let me go ahead and I'll put that on the screen. Let me open it up. Okay. So yes, that is ready. Super excited to be sharing that with you. Let me get that on the screen right now. Okay. So yeah, you just come here. It'll take you to sign up for it, which is here. And it's only going to be that email. It's going to come out. Oops, that didn't. Um, so what it does is it'll open this link up and you'll put your information in here and that'll make it so that you'll only receive this reminder email once a week. Um, and so yeah, that if you're interested in that is there. Okay, so winding down for the weekend. There are three things that we do to wind down for the week, and they're super simple, but they're really great practice. So step number one is to look at your device. Look at all your devices. Look at your phone, look at your tablet, look at your laptop. How many windows do you have open? And it's less about the number. What windows can you close? Remember, what freedom of mind, freedom of space, what windows can you close? So I got this whole one that I have open right now. All of this, that was one. I just closed two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all of these 12 tabs are going to be closed as soon as we get off of this call. Oh, there's another one that has a big group of tabs. This one is getting ready to close too. That's another 10 tabs. I got a lot of tabs open today. Um, okay. So all of those are closing. So however many tabs that you got to close down some tabs. This is a decluttering activity. I love that I had all of these activities, but I didn't have them named this way. And hearing Denise Duffel talk about how she uses them and how I've been using them for a while, but understanding a different from a different context. I really love it. So this is a way of decluttering your workspace, but also decluttering your mind. Save it. Save the bookmark the tab that you have open. You don't need it now. You can come back to it. Like the one that I just said was 14 tabs. That's a bookmark group that just opens when I need it. And I come back when I need it. And it's so much better. It doesn't have to be just running on my computer. So much better. Okay. Marissa said, thanks. Art taught me this lesson. So all of this is resonating for sure. I love it. I love it so, so much. Come on. I love all the yes. I do love all the yeses. Come on. Okay. So, yes, close down some tabs. That's step number one. Step number two is figure out what is the fun thing you're gonna eat this weekend. Listen, I'm having scallion pancake this weekend. Let me tell y'all, I didn't know this. So my first day of work, when I got there, there was a Trader Joe's like 10 steps away. And I was like, this is the best thing ever. I can go to grab Trader Joe lunch for at Trader Joe's every day. We have a microwave. And they have my favorite dark chocolate peanut butter cups. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I have one every day. It's so good. It's not even like I like sugar like that, but I like those. There are certain things that I just like and they're nice and small. So Yes. What fun meal are you having for your weekend? I'm guessing with the cold, you're gonna find some soup, something warm, something cozy, something delicious. Oh, you know what would be good? Some chili and cornbread. Mm. I got some cornmeal. I don't know if I have the rest of the stuff to make chili right now, but oh, that would be bomb. Mm. Got me thinking about it. But let me be honest, you know your girl hates cooking, so that's not gonna happen. So I doubt I'm gonna make anything, but Imma eat something good for sure. I'm know for sure tomorrow 'cause when I go to work tomorrow, I definitely am gonna have me a peanut butter cup. It's gonna be amazing too. So that's step number 2. Step number 1 is to declutter your workspace. Oh, also declutter your email, okay? Um, and then step number 2 is to figure out what's something tasty you're gonna have to remind yourself you're moving into your rest time. Like, what is something that you don't get to do that, like, during the week because it's too busy? Like, for example, I don't get a chance to cook during the week because I leave for work at 5 AM. By the time I get home, the earliest I get home is 7:30, and on a later day, like today, I'm gonna get home at, like, 10:30. So it's a long day. I don't end up cooking these days. So on my rest days, that's when I like take a little bit more time and make something really delicious because I don't have time to do that during the week. Or maybe it's the other way around. You get tired of cooking because you only cook during the week while you're working. But then on the week, on your days off, then you get to take yourself out to dinner. Whatever it is. Figure out what you want to do that feels good for you. Okay. So, and then the third thing is what's something fun that you're going to do? How are you going to rest? Creative rest, spiritual rest, um, physical rest, social rest. What kind of rest? What kind of rest are you going to do this weekend? So take some time to figure out what type of rest do you need? And then figure out what activity are you going to do to fulfill that rest or multiple activities that you're going to do to fulfill that rest. Marissa said, I absolutely love chili. Trader Joe's has a decent can one. Oh, really? Maybe tomorrow when I go to work, I might buy a can of chili and they probably will have some cornbread too. Bet. I'm into that. I'm into that. So maybe I'll do that. Okay. Yes. Okay. Um, that could be a good one. I like that one, Marissa. Thank you. Okay, Michelle said storm prep has stressed me out. I'm about to rest real good. Yes, girl. Yes. And I hope that no matter what happens with the storm, I hope that it allows you to be snuggled and comfy in whatever space that you're in, and that it ends up being a restful gift from the Lord that you get to have over this time. I hope that it is no more stress for you. I'm with you though. Rest real good, boo. I'm into it. Okay. No, Megan said, I made some good progress cleaning out my emails. Go, come on. That's amazing. I'll keep working on it this week. I made oh yes. And that's another thing. Like if anybody is watching this for the first time, if you're like, I can't close all my windows today, like no pressure. Even if you just close one, every week you'll get more. This is an evolutionary thing. It doesn't have to happen overnight. Like Megan said, like I'll keep working on it. I'm like that too. I had all my emails down and now it's back up and I need to work on it a little bit more. That's okay. No perfection needed here. No perfection. Okay. And then Megan said, um, I made some shrimp fried rice for dinner today. Ooh, that sounds bomb. It was pretty good. I think I'll get some more. Come on, girl. I love that when you're like, ooh, I think I need another dose of that one. I need another hit. I'm into it. That's lovely. So good. I hope you enjoy every single bit of it. I love it so much. I love it so much. Y'all, as always, it's such a good time. I love when we get to talk about like bringing the practicality of what we're experiencing in life and then talking about how we can still live soft, live rested, and make space to really enjoy our life regardless of those things. Because if we don't, it's so easy for work to consume our life, for getting ahead to consume our lives. And that's not what life is supposed to be about. Life was supposed to be enjoyed. Enjoyed with Jesus, enjoyed with God, and yes, very much enjoyed. Um, and so if you're like in that space where you're like, I work really hard, but I want to make space to really enjoy my life just as much as I work, that it looks good on paper, but I secretly wish that I was like I have so many good things, but I wish that I had more, that I had that rest. I get it. That was why I created this program. That was why I created Jaiyé with Rashidat, and I would love to serve you and really taking it. This is just the tip of the iceberg of the things that we talk about, but we can make this so practical. And the way that it took me like 7 or 8 years to figure this out, I've seen this change my life, my client's life in like 3 years, from like being burnt out to fully enjoying and feeling liberated and living free in life. And so if you're looking for that kind of transformation, if you're looking for that kind of guidance to help shorten this and make it something sustainable, making like this freedom to fully enjoy your life and really defining what that looks like for you, then I would love for you to join Jaya with Rashidat. And that link is in the description as well. It's iammarsha.o.com/Jaye. And I actually can, oops, is it gonna let me type? Yes. Nope. Nope. Okay. Don't know why it won't let me type right now. Let's do it over here then. What is going on? Okay, what's going on my keyboard right now? Okay. I guess it's not gonna let me type right now. I don't know. What did I do? Did I accidentally lock something? Maybe. I don't know what I did. But it is iamrasha.o.com/Jaye, Jaiye, where you could get all the information about joining me with Jaye, for Jaye with Rashidat. Okay, cool. So let me see. Michelle said, that sounds yummy, Meg. And Meg said it was. Come on, girl. I know that's right. Get it. That does sound good. That sounds amazing. I think tonight, no, I already ate for tonight, but I'm trying to think what I'm gonna make for lunch tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm gonna have a chicken and mushroom pasta that I'm gonna take with me. I think that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. And I might add some extra munions. I was trying to say mushrooms and onions, and I made it munions. But I think I might add some extra mushrooms and onions in that pasta. I love mushrooms and onions, y'all. I love to put it in literally everything. It is my favorite. So, yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, I thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. You know, I always appreciate y'all coming to join me um for some rest and fun, for happy hour, to wind down for the weekend, and to really like take the time to turn our brains off. Like, I hope that this helped you detach from work, and really set yourself up to rest. Whatever your days off are. So like my days off are next week, my days off are Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm gonna do this process again on Monday so that I am completely detached for my days off on Tuesday and Wednesday. Um, and that I fully get to be present in not being at work. So I hope that this has helped that helps you do that. I also hope that you will take a second and hit the like button. And thank you to everyone who has already hit the like button. I hope that you will share this with another Black woman who's on the same path. I'm really excited for next week. No, I said next week. I meant next month to really promote and encourage people to join us and join us live. So I'm hoping we get some new faces that continue to participate. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Megan said, as always, this has been the highlight of my week. Have a great week, ladies. See you next Friday. Yay. I'm happy to hear this is your highlight. It is my highlight as well. I enjoy it every single time. Marissa said, this was lovely. See y'all next week. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Yes, ladies, I appreciate you. Have a wonderful, wonderful next week, a wonderful weekend. Um, Kiss your babies, uh, laugh hard, eat good food, like do all the amazing things that allow you to rest this week, okay? You know I always enjoy you. Okay, Michelle, stay safe and warm. Megan, stay warm, cuddle with your kitty cat this weekend. Marissa, it sounds like you're not gonna have to deal with any snow. Sounds like you're not having to deal with that. It's more on the East Coast. So I'm glad you don't have to worry about that. Tracy, give Elle and your hubby an anniversary love. We'll do it. And then, okay, Michelle said, just send you a DM. Rashidat. Okay, cool. As soon as I turn off, I'll check it. I'll check it before I start moving, or else I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna pass out my phone forget. So I'm gonna I'll check it when I get off of here. All right, y'all.